That light could go off. Matter of fact, nah. You good? Alright. What's that? Hit this. Let's do this. Make sure you keep it public. Yeah, that light helps.
We have to
What? You didn't turn off the TV down there? Come on, man. This shit ready, bro.
That was Mama said. Hi, everyone.
Right, the topic. Oh, it's hot. These sweatpants always make me hot. So you're gonna be cold.
You want to switch?
Yeah. Anything I do, yes I do.
Hi, guys. That's already tuned in.
More.
Turn it over.
Oh, you go fine.
Okay. Until we get like a proper way of recording us live, we're definitely gonna always start off with adjusting the camera. Today the topic is about expectations in a relationship. We spoke about that prior to, but this is part 2. For those of you that missed,
I'm gonna be fucking this popcorn up.
For those of you that missed the previous lives about expectations, and the kids are on the karaoke machine, so you're definitely gonna hear them. What do you feel about having expectations in a relationship?
I think it depends on the type of relationship. If you want to commit a relationship and y'all got goals, there's some expectations that are going to be had. I just don't think you should make expectations based on feelings. Like my expectation from you, what are you to do what a woman is supposed to do in a relationship? Be a mother to your children, be responsible, have your shit together. Those type of expectations should always come standard. Now, those emotional expectations, that's what I shy away from. I never expect you to do something for me or make love to me a certain way or cater to me a certain way, because it's just going to lead to disappointment.
Previously, when we were live on Sunday, when Mel was here, my brother, both of you guys had mentioned like you don't feel like it should be expectations in a relationship, but then you just thoroughly explained it depends. Basically, depends on what part of the relationship.
Yeah, but like even like to me,
but
I mean, you doing what you're supposed to do isn't an expectation for me.
Right.
It's just something that I feel you should do. I don't like to call that an expectation. No, you're supposed to have your shit together.
Right.
Like when I come home, I expect you to have your money together.
Right.
I expect you to take care of the kids. I don't expect you to cook. I don't know, but I expect you to have your shit together. That isn't going to burden me.
I feel like you should have expectations in a relationship, but you shouldn't rely on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that very rarely happens though.
That's true. Well, I feel like that because if you don't have no expectations in a relationship, it's just gonna be like, okay, so whatever. So it's like whatever is coming your way, or just settle in. Because what do you expect from yourself? What do you expect? Like before entering in a relationship, what exactly are you looking for? So in looking for those things, you're gonna expect to have those things. Now, if you do something or say something that substitutes my expectations and I happen to appreciate it and like it more than what I expected, then I also think that's a plus as well. But not having an expectation in a relationship, to me, I feel like you're going to end up settling. And you're not going to, it's just going to devour your worth.
Disagree.
Why?
Because I feel like you can have a great relationship without expectations. Two people just enjoying each other's time and things building then, and everybody's setting the terms ahead of time. Mm-hmm. No expectation. This is what it's going to be, this, that. It's no, well, I hope this is it. And don't relay that to your partner. And now you're upset over something you never even gave me an opportunity
so it's like, it's cool to have expectations in a relationship as long as you're communicating them?
Yes. But to me, then that's not expectations anymore. That's goals. Right. That's why I say that expectation shit is all mental.
Absolutely.
Because once you start doing that, because once you get your expectations up, what's worse is when, because I used to do this too, expect something, whether it be minimal or, or gigantic, but not relay that expectation. So now when it get done, I secretly feel away. Oh, that's stupid. I had to learn to stop doing. That's not intelligent. That's not fair. Mm-hmm. But that expectation shit, I think that's no, man. If we adults, I know what I want. I know you know what you want. State that, and let's figure it out. I think where it gets shaky is people be too afraid to announce their feelings, and miscommunication happens. But the expectation,
that I feel like that happens in general, like a relationship, a friendship, a family ship, whatever you want to call it. People they forget to voice their opinion or state their feelings or are afraid to do so.
I mean, that's where the expectation thing comes. And I think that's why I don't think expectations are good in a relationship.
We have a few comments. I expect a female to compromise, especially living together. Apollo Glover said that.
See, I don't think you should do that. I don't agree with expecting her to compromise because we live together.
Let her compromise if she chooses to.
Yeah, I don't expect. Say what you would hope for and see if she agrees. But if you expect that, right?
She's going to expect you to compromise on every little thing.
It's not even that. And if she doesn't do that, now that expectation turns to despair and leads to mad negativity in the relationship. Or you feeling like
she just disrespecting you.
Yeah. And then yo, bro, when you live with women, it's not, I think it's more so you working around them in the house.
Why you say that?
Because I hate everything that you do in the house. Almost. I hate your sections. I hate the way you go about doing it. So instead of me trying to come in and fix your shit, I just move my shit in the corner and got my shit together.
And if he can't find something, y'all, guess who he called?
I definitely ask you because you know where everything is but the shit she need.
Any little thing. It could be a little thing. I could have just told him that, or he could have took some shit from somewhere and moved it and put it somewhere else and going crazy looking for it. What you looking for, baby? What you looking for?
Point. And reference to that comment, I don't agree with that. I just think you should just state what you want from her if y'all moving in. Because you expecting is just going to lead to, because they never compromise the way you want them to as a man. Because I know, bro, I want Tia to be super neat, have her shit together. That's just not her, bro.
I'm not neat.
No. When someone wrote congratulations on your engagement, thank you for that.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. So someone wrote, my next relationship, they're gonna live like y'all. Salute to y'all, real shit. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. So somebody wrote, I like this topic. All right.
So chime in.
So hold on. So to what I said about when the comment about, moving in with somebody and expecting, somebody wrote, wrong, ball. The compromise is from both parties.
Agreed, but it's not a necessity.
And I disagree.
Nobody have to compromise in a relationship. Will it make the relationship work better? Absolutely.
And I think that's something that's difficult for people to understand. Like, yo, they don't have to compromise the manner in which you want them to. Mm-hmm. You better hope they do. That's why I don't expect it. That's why instead of me expecting something, yo, this is what I'm on. This is what you on. How we gonna figure this out? Because the second you expect her to do something or compromise the way you want her to, it ain't gonna work, bro. And if it's really mutual, she'll be willing to compromise without you having to ask. So instead of you being like, yo, this if she see how you working towards something and she in the right state of mind, she should be willing to go that route with you. That compromise that should just come together.
What do you want?
Kind of up there bugging. Give them milk, man.
No, because she started tripping karaoke, she feel like he's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, they on the karaoke machine. Kids is going crazy. I'm sorry. Somebody wrote, yes, agree. Yeah, but this is from my own experience, too. Like, in my prior relationships, I didn't have many relationships. So I always expected women to behave the same that I really cared for and dealt with. And I had to learn that's not the case. I was so accustomed to having a bunch of different women that when somebody played my girlfriend role, I expected them to behave a certain way.
Yes, he was sure accustomed to that. I had mentioned that before. I told you guys.
But it wasn't like, oh, you come do what I say. But no, it was just I was accustomed to a particular type of woman as my girl.
With that, I felt like I had a lot of expectations. Like, okay, so for myself.
Oh.
Like, okay, so he had this. I mentioned this before. He had multiple women. So it's like, now, okay, cool. I started questioning him. So what was she for? And what was she for? And what was she for? And I felt like I had to achieve all of those goals in one type shit. I'm out of breath because we have stairs in here.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Like, that's because I feel like I just could never put myself on that pedestal. Or I would never, get to that point. But I definitely wouldn't do that. But again, that's women and men. We totally different.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to hurry up and come back over there?
Yeah, I'm coming.
But yeah, man. So in terms of like expectations with that, no, man, I don't expect anything from.
Do we have any comments about expectations?
Yeah. So here's another comment. The compromise is a must for the relationship to last and gain momentum towards the future. Because based off my past, I completely agree. But I'm just saying, it's not a necessity. And I think that's what it is. That's why I say, like, you guys are obligated. Yeah, that's why, people like, I'm compromising, so I feel you should be compromising. I think that's wrong. I think if both of y'all are willing to compromise, that shouldn't have to be forced upon each other. And then it'll grow. Everything will blossom into what it would be.
I mean, at the same token with that compromising, you got to go through obstacles as well. For the relationship to grow and be better and work. Like, you have to go through fucked up situations too. So I feel like it works the same way for the good shit and the bad shit.
Yeah, and when you get a chance, like, elaborate on what you consider a compromise. Because there's certain things that I think are standards that she thinks is a compromise. And vice versa. That's why I say, like, you have to be clear on those type of things. Mm-hmm. So, like, what do you consider a compromise? Yeah. There's another comment. I don't believe in expectations anymore because I feel you kind of set yourself up for failure. I agree with that.
That was his.
That's one of the reasons why I don't do that, man. I don't go in expecting. And to me, it's like my relationships have gotten better because I stopped expecting. I just let them come to be what they are.
No, I get you. Because when you explain to me why you feel there shouldn't be expectations in a relationship, I was like, I disagree. But after you thoroughly explain to me, and I'm like, true, I feel like that gives you the opportunity to appreciate more.
Yeah, and you don't need to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you would hope for or want, make that clear. Because I feel like when people do like expect things, they don't communicate that. And I think that's the biggest problem.
Because it's just their
It'll come out in an argument. Well, I thought you was going to do this, and I thought you was going to do that. Well, where'd that come from? Mm-hmm. You never let me know that's something you wanted. Mm-hmm. That's where that expectation stuff comes in. Yeah. I don't think like in healthy relationships you need it. If there's something like bothering you or hoping that you want from your spouse, speak to them about it. Like a lot of women expect after a certain amount of time they're supposed to get married, and that fucks up the relationship.
That I disagree with.
But that's a common mistake that's just crazy. Women do, bro.
I feel like if we've been together for this long, you should already have put a ring on my finger. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Retarded.
No.
Uh-huh.
There's some people that feel like you don't thoroughly know or you won't really be in a good relationship if you don't live with the person.
I'm one of the person. I'm an individual that believes that. Mm-hmm. You don't really know somebody until you are around them within close living quarters for some time.
I'm one of those.
And you see them around money, the opposite sex, and power.
I can't see how we don't live together and we are in a relationship and we're speaking marriage and spending the rest of our life with each other. We need to live together first.
Yeah, to me. Because this is 2019.
I need to see how you're going to do your bills, do your rent, do this, do that. Like, Those are the type of things you need to see before
How
you
does this person move when they get paid?
Right.
How do they move at the beginning of the month toward the end of the month when everything, the finances get low? I look at stuff like that.
Right.
You can't see that if we're not in the same house.
Exactly.
Let me read some of these comments. So, compromise. Can't hang with the bros as much. This is the compromise, right? Pretty much what's the norm for you will change to avoid any issues, big or small. And that's where I say.
But stuff like that,
I disagree.
But stuff like that, I feel like that's going to be something you now are going to expect from her. And she don't have to stop hanging out with her homegirls because you decided on your own that you wanted to stop hanging out with the bros.
And that's what I'm saying. She didn't ask that. You initially just, I need to give more time to my lady. Cool. But you didn't ask that of her. So now you expected her to do the same thing. That happened with me. There was a time when I stopped going out for mad long, right, Tia? Years at a time. Because I was just done with it. And Tia would go out.
We were just talking about this yesterday.
And I was like, there was a time when I wanted to be like, I don't want you to go out. But now it was like, you can't expect her to be on the same time you want. I wasn't there.
I wasn't going out like that. He told me he used to go out all the time. Come in when the sun come up. I wasn't like that. I never really went outside all the time until I started dealing with him. And then it was like, he was ready to stop. And it was like, I'm in my prime. Like, this is fun. Like, no, come on. Where he was like, just go ahead. So, yeah, like.
But yeah, that's why I say, man, it's tricky. So somebody wrote, I agree with that. I can't marry anyone if we don't live together first. Exactly. There's no way I'm giving you the rest of my life. And I don't know how you wash your clothes.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. No.
Right.
Nah, I don't know that. Nah. People are totally different when you live together. Yes. You see the side of people that you've never seen before.
And most of the time when you don't live together, where are you in a relationship? You sleeping at a hotel. You at your mama's house. You at your friend's house. You at your own house. They are at their own house. Everything is separate. So 9 times out of 10, when you guys actually do sleep together, like every now and again, you're probably lightly sleeping, or I'm probably lightly sleeping. So we're not really sleeping, or you now your stomach bubbling. You're not gonna take a shit because you don't want to take a shit around me, and all types of this extra dumb shit. That is just like the very first time you do it when we live together. It's like, all right, well, hold on, your shit smelled like that all this time, and I never knew that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, no, like you have to.
Yeah, it's crazy. Somebody wrote, you can tell a person what you want and don't want, and still get disappointed in the end. Because a lot of people will act like they want the same thing, then switch up when it's not working on them. Yes, I agree. But I think the disappointment will be less because you didn't expect that. So let me see. If you ask somebody to do something and they say they're going to do it and don't do it, that's a perfect reason to you to see why not to expect. Because they can't even do the things you asked them that they said they would do. So why would I even expect anything else? Now you need to work on that relationship. Because if we have a talk and you say you're going to do something, right? And then you doing the exact opposite consistently. Cool. Now I'm going to move different in regards to that. Because you clearly don't care.
Right.
So again, like with that, that's true. But that's not from disappointment. Expectations. How you wash your clothes.
No,
for real. Seriously, because I know some people that don't use fabric softener. I like all of my laundry to smell like, what is that? Smell like that?
Yeah.
If my clothes don't smell like that, you wash clothes wrong.
I know some people who put all their shit together, don't separate the whites, the lights, the darks.
And they doing that new thing, Tia, what's it, where they use non-chemical detergent in the hipsterville. That shit smells like nothing. Don't even smell like you wash your clothes.
Absolutely don't.
Fuck around, take my clothes there.
I remember one time when I was separating, you were separating the clothes in the house, and you usually put like the darks and the lights together, but the whites were separate completely. Me, I didn't do that. The light clothes, it was 3: light clothes, dark clothes, and white clothes. The reason why I had to do that, I even explained to him as well, is if he happened to have a red item, even though that shirt is light blue or light pink or something, the shit will rinse on it. So he's like, I ain't never even think about that.
Yeah, and
even
also,
with the temperature of the water when you wash
I
the
didn't
clothes.
know that.
Like,
I didn't
you
know
need
that.
to wash the dark clothes in warm or hot water. That had to be washed in cold water. So
I know I washed that in cold. Stop. I washed the white and hot. I knew that. I didn't know like warm colors mattered.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And also too, I don't wash all of my clothes. There's certain clothes that go to the cleaner.
Cleaners.
So you fuck around and wash my favorite pair of jeans and fuck up the stitching. That's the type of shit that'll really happen. Because when you get older, bro,
you value shit like that.
Yeah, you stop trying to buy a bunch of stuff. So that one, my favorite pair of jeans, I want them to look the way I want them to look.
Right.
Like they gotta understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's say you just meet, and then she wearing your clothes. She wearing the good shit in the house. But you wear the old t-shirts. You wear the good stuff for. But that's another reason why I say that. Somebody said you might only clean up when you know they coming over.
Right.
Exactly.
Like cleaning your house only when you know you're about to have company.
Then you staying with them and you see they filthy. That's the type of shit that I can't be around that. So somebody wrote laundry is key.
That is like one of the top rules in a relationship.
Somebody
that
wrote,
can make or break a relationship.
It can. Somebody wrote, that's how my mother taught me to sort clothes, light, darks, and white.
Me too. My mom told me that too.
Yeah. Well, to
He's
me,
a boy.
Yeah. No, remember, and then when I was growing up, I always had a washing machine and a dryer.
Right.
So what? Niggas just have that shit just throw it in there. Right. Come on, that was at a time when a lot of our good clothes anyway would just go to the cleaners. Like majority of the time, if T came over, you saw shorts, t-shirts, look like
all this shit was hanging up all around the house. I'm like, he probably just did laundry because I was on my way. Nah, I'm joking.
Bah. So this is a good comment. You see all the flaws when people moving together, and that could change your perception of that person. Little issues could turn into big things. Yes, exactly. Because it may be little things, but to you, those are massive. Yeah. And I think that's one of the biggest things in relationships too. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, if I notice little things is bothering her, even if I don't care, let me at least put an effort into trying to fix it. Because I know little shit could add up, bro. The little, come on, son. Them shits get big, man.
Mm-hmm. Or even in a situation where you will come into a situation and the person already have a kid. Like, for instance, with us. Like letting Tamia play with everything and just do what she want to do overall, and him wanting to just clean up, and then she's not done playing with the stuff. In my head, I'm like, she still have time. She's still going to want to play. I prefer to just clean up when she's done playing with everything overall. That was not his deal. It was just cleaning up.
There was many times when you get mad tired and you don't want to clean up everything. And now it's just shit all over the place. Or, this is what I don't understand. This is something I disagree with you. Tamia can play with certain toys. Why do you have to allow her to take out, she used to have a box this high, just the toys. She would let her take every single toy out, put it on the floor, and do whatever she wants. Why? That shit still aggravates me. She got all those fucking toys. Give her 3 and let her pick. Because I'm tired of cleaning that shit up.
That's the type of childhood kids should have. They should have a bunch of toy options.
Yeah, they should, but not all at once. Damn.
So play with 3 today. On Monday, Tuesday, you're going to play with these 3. On Wednesday.
Instead of taking out every single toy, and then you don't be wanting to clean the shit up. I hate that shit. Well, I used to, but that don't go on like that. Somebody wrote, yes, ball. OMG, you sound like my mom. No, but I'm serious though. I'm like, Hana, he don't play with all his toys. The only thing that he has a lot of that are everywhere is the little balls.
Yeah.
Other than that,
but he played with them shits all around. The basketball, the soccer ball.
Yeah. But I don't bring every single toy from his room downstairs. Hell no.
No, his toys are definitely still in his room.
Hell no. It's stupid. I'm not cleaning that shit up. Alina takes out the whole box.
That's probably a little girl thing.
Son?
That's probably what
it's not a little girl thing. It's what you allow thing.
I was told for one of you guys to have a share party. Mm-hmm. Oh, start a watch party. Go share. What? Do I go to share?
Yo, have that together.
Invite your friends to watch. Oh, this is probably what he's talking about.
All right, so back to expectations though. When in terms of like anything, and when I speak of relationships, it doesn't have to be with your significant other, because many times people make expectations with family, close friends. When was an experience where you expected something and it wasn't like that, and your perception changed?
No, I can't even think of one specifically, but I do.
When I was in high school. Like I used to have a real close friend where we were super close. We used to get flowers, we used to do everything together.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I had linked up with him one time a few years out of high school. Now he wasn't what he used to be. Like he was doing some shit that I didn't think was cool, and I just expected him to be on the same time I was when we linked back up. Because at that time, that's when I was doing, all the running around.
Mm-hmm.
I had the gift cards, and I was doing all extra shit. So my shit was up, or what I considered up at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I had a bunch of fly shit. My bills was paid. So when we linked and he wasn't on the time I was on like we used to be, that shit, my perception of him shit has changed.
I mean, I feel like that sometimes now, like being around certain people, if they're not on your type of timing, then it's like you end up just unknowingly distancing yourself from them, and it's nothing to do with them.
Yeah, but a lot of things
it's just the type of expectations you have for yourself that is just like, wait, hold on.
Not even expectations. It's things I want for myself.
Right.
And that I'm going to get. So it's certain
times. This shit right here is not going to help me. Like what we're doing right now is
that's
not helping me get
like,
to
if you're successful,
what I want to do tomorrow. Type
and you surround yourself with successful people,
you will naturally just be.
Or you want to be more.
Be
yeah, like somebody asks, yo, boy, why you don't be doing this, doing that? Because that shit, it doesn't benefit me right now, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't want to come out and chill on the ab and get drunk. Nah, right. Bro, if we gonna do that, let's go to a bar where we can chill, relax, have a good time, and then go home safe. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be like, and then it's not like I'm out here trying to talk to mad bitches like y'all.
Right.
Fuck. That shit just nah.
No, but even like little stuff will trigger shit like that. Like trigger the shit that you don't do or the shit that you're not accustomed to anymore. Like hanging out with, like I said, like the same thing, like you said, just a bunch of people doing nothing, or they're just chilling or whatever, or you leaving your house to go chill in somebody else's house. Like,
I mean, and don't get me wrong, bro. That's all cool. There's times when I want to chill at my bro crib and do that, vice versa. But I'm not gonna do that in abundance.
Yeah.
Because then now slowly I just expect that now. Like earlier today too, this is just an example. You know what I mean? I was on the TV for like a good 15 minutes trying to find something to watch.
Yeah.
Right? I was on Netflix, HBO Go, cable, and after I couldn't do that for 15 minutes, I turned that shit off and went upstairs and did some work. Mm-hmm. But it's just another example. It's like what you expect from yourself.
What about expectations from a family member?
That's the worst. That's the worst. Expectations from family members are extremely difficult because emotions are involved, and you gotta understand.
And I feel like that shit can cause.
You listen to it. If I let you hold if you ask me to hold money, right, mm-hmm. and you don't make it clear that you're going to pay that money back, mm-hmm. don't be mad or don't expect me to give you money again. Mm. This is the thing, and this is real shit. I don't care if you my father or brother. If you be like, yo, I need $100, can I have that? I make that clear.
Right. Like
don't just exactly or like, yo, I need to borrow 100 because when you borrow money, you're supposed to return it. That is what it is. If you're borrowing something, you have to return it.
That's an expectation. That's a necessity.
But that's really not an expectation because the borrowing is to get give and have it returned. Mm-hmm. So somebody like, yo, I need some money. All right, so I shouldn't expect this back. Cool. I'm not gonna be giving you money no more.
Right.
Because majority
time, money overall could just fuck up an entire relationship.
I'm saying how it could get difficult because of family. Family will look at you, oh, that's my family. I'm gonna hit them back whenever. No. Mm-hmm. Or people expect, because that's my family, I could get over on them, or they could wait. No, you wouldn't do that shit with tax, huh?
Right.
But expectations like that with family, with the like the vices in life, money. When you let them hold things, or they need favors, or your family expects you to do certain things without asking you. Oh, well, I just thought y'all was going. No, you shouldn't have thought that. You gotta be clear.
Or have a whole freaking celebration party and everything at your house next Saturday, and you have no idea about the shit.
That's some crazy shit. Well, that would never happen.
You didn't even know that's what was going on. Fuck invite people you don't even know or you just met for the first time. What type of shit?
No. Let me read this comment because that's crazy. Never expect anything from your family ever. I expected when I was younger my father to raise me to be a man. I expected my moms to teach me certain things. And yes, there were times, but that was the only time where I expected it, and I felt like, yo, I had grounds as reasons to do that. Mm-hmm. Somebody wrote, that's the worst. People feel obligated because y'all are family. I'm telling you, son. Family is the most difficult to deal with when you're growing. Mm-hmm. Everybody got that cousin that just don't do shit. Don't do shit, right? Everybody know that one cousin. You can't come around me, bro. You're not chilling in my house. We're not linking.
I feel that. See, speaking of that, I feel like shit like that with energy overload. Like if you're just one of those people that don't do shit and you have your hand out all the time, I don't want you around me. Because naturally, not that I'm gonna have my hand out now, but that energy would just rub off. Or if you're just we were speaking about the last time.
Let me ask this person. I never asked for $1 for $1. Little shit like that though happens because you saw a person with somebody around you. Yo, let me have $1. Shit like that is catchy, but it worked the same way. If you around somebody who always getting money or getting these shit together, you're gonna pick up on those habits as well.
Success story.
Exactly. Somebody wrote, "Let the kids have the fun, but let them pick up everything when they done." That's what we do now, though.
Yeah.
Back then, Tia, I disagree with so many of her logics, bro.
I just used to say I don't want her to feel like she's obligated to clean up
and that was stupid.
Because of her age.
Yeah, and I think that was ridiculous.
I mean, it possibly could have been.
I
wasn't thinking that it was at the time. But that's a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah. But whoever having an event at your house without telling you, will never. And I think like that too. Like when I think about it, I would never go to my family member's house without hitting them up first. I don't have that, That's
I hate when people do that.
What?
Just pop up at your crib. Like,
but
what
some
the
family members feel like they could do that.
That's crazy.
But I don't do that.
You should not feel that comfortable popping up at my house without letting me know that you are on your way. Without you don't know what the fuck we might be in here fucking. We don't got the kids. We might be in here fucking in the kitchen.
Okay.
And the house door is right there. Right, you popping the fuck up. What?
Still, peek first. Some people don't agree with that.
No, you cannot pop up at my house without letting me know that.
Somebody wrote begging acid. Shut up. Somebody wrote definitely. So y'all lady made Rasta pasta. You know who made Rasta pasta, right?
Yeah.
620. I don't even want to talk about that. Hit it. What you on right now?
We still on expectations.
Yeah, talking to what?
In the family, like having a situation just and like overall, like having expectations for a family member.
I made the mistake of expecting one of my family members to know me. Like I did something, and a lot of people didn't agree. A lot of people didn't agree with it. Mm-hmm. But I felt like, because that's where I went wrong. I expected, you know me, and you know this person is not what they make themselves out to be because they be lying a lot.
So why would you choose that person?
Not even choose that person. Why would you
believe that person?
Yeah, I was wrong for expecting shit like that. Mm-hmm. I expected and then I don't like to explain myself, so I expected. Nah, I don't know how
I don't have to explain myself. You know how I am. You know me. Shit.
I was wrong for that. Mm-hmm. I should have definitely explained to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
But you live and you learn. But that expectation shit will get crazy. Somebody wrote, I never answer the door unless they call first. So I could be banging on your door and you're not going to let me in? But hold on, let me clarify.
What about if you have a peek hole? Nah.
Hold on. I think the only time I will pop up at a family member's house unannounced is in an emergency.
I agree.
See, like that. The only time I'm not going to notify you, this was an emergency. But even then, we got phones. I'm calling you. If you ain't answer and I still come, I was calling you.
2019. We have phones. We text. You are on social media. All types of shit. Mm-hmm. There's no real reason why you should be popping up at anybody's house. And I feel like that, not to say it in any type of way. I don't want nobody to take it personal, but like mothers with their sons type shit.
What?
Mothers just feeling like if they son got their own shit.
But wait, it's hard to say that. Because I would pop up at Connor's house.
I'm not popping up at Connor's house. I'm going to, your mother is coming. What are you doing? What's going on?
No,
whatever, however.
Because you got to do that. He get his shit. I want to see him outside his element, see if he's taking care of his shit and doing what he needs to do. I'm his father. I can do that. But fuck that. I would definitely pop up on his ass one time, make sure everything in order. Now, to me, I would never pop up on her. Hell no.
Why not?
Because that's your job to pop up on to me and make sure she's doing her shit as a woman, having her shit together.
See how definitely pop up.
Exactly, but you won't pop up on Connor. That's what I be talking about.
He's a boy.
Exactly, it's dumb. Nigga said, "Yes, I'm the same way. I swear, I wouldn't answer my door if no one called me first." Yeah, for real though. Like even not, if somebody knock on this door, my whole face. You expect to come in?
Right.
But I don't have company.
Yeah, like
I don't have company. See, I don't have company.
Who's at the door? What happened?
No. Somebody wrote, Lord, my whole family does that. Told you. pop up, the fuck you expecting a chill? I hate it, but I never say shit because they're family.
See?
You gotta let them know, like, yo, sometimes can y'all text me? Like, it's a way to tell people without like making it a big issue.
The new thing is just putting respectfully before you disrespect
I
somebody.
hate that shit. I hate when somebody start a conversation. Look, no disrespect. That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's all you gotta do is put no disrespect or respectfully and just go in.
You gotta start it off as a joke, like, yo, y'all know we can text sometimes. Like, if you about to come over, just a little text won't hurt nobody. Because that popping up shit, nah, I don't like that. Because I wouldn't do that to you. I'm definitely not popping up at anybody's house. Ever. Nah, I would hear someone knocking and won't answer. They can see the light on and know you're home, though.
Right.
That's cold. No popping up. I need to know because I let family know I would like to stop by. I agree.
Right.
Definitely let them know. No, I'm popping up on Chan's ass. I know. Once I heard ass, I knew that was her kid. No, once the women know I'm popping up, I know you are. You about to have butt naked orgies in there.
What?
Yeah, you know when young men when young men first get that freedom, it's difficult. That shit was hard.
I thought about putting rules on my door, but is that ghetto? You pay the rent there? It's not ghetto then. You can. I wish a motherfucker would tell me what the fuck is ghetto where I pay rent at, and they don't help me with shit. I can see that though. I can see somebody telling me what is ghetto in my house, and they don't pay not a bill in here. I can definitely see that. The two people that I expected to be in on this live because it was their topic, I barely see them. But yeah, the topic was expectations in a relationship. I think that was good because
again, I'll tell you, I think if you're gonna have expectations, let them be known. Don't keep an expectation in, and then somebody fails your expectation, and now you're holding something against them that they're unaware of. That's ridiculous. That expectation shit is tricky. That's why I say you just be real. Say what you want. And if somebody not moving on your time, all right, that don't work for me.
And she said, okay, after today is over. That means she's putting rules on her doors, family. She's putting rules on her doors. Wait, I have a random question. This is not about expectations.
Let me just hold that question. Let me read these comments first. Okay. I thought about okay, here it is. Go ahead.
Okay, so the topic we were just talking about is expectations. Having expectations in a relationship, a friendship, and a family ship. Yes. But a family ship sounds cute. I have a random statement or comment or something to make. I was kind of a question as well. When we go to the supermarket and like say for instance we split up or he go to one aisle, I go to one aisle. To me is where the toys is at. We go for us to find each other. Is that weird?
So hold on. What you saying? You telling them what we do. Yeah. So whenever we in a supermarket, a Target, or Walmart, we just out shopping anywhere. If we can't find each other, we make this noise. In the supermarket. Wherever we are.
Walgreens.
Is that weird? Of course it's fucking weird. That's, imagine if we was out and we heard white people and somebody walked back. You're going to think they fucking crazy, right?
Absolutely.
But I guarantee you, they found each other.
This is what I'm saying.
That's the bird call. And then I know Birdman, man.
That's what I'm saying. They used to do weird shit.
Yeah, I don't think that's weird though. I think that's just our thing. It's a bunch of weirder shit we have going on in this house.
Like?
Just like stupid shit that's a custom. Yeah, stupid shit. or those inside jokes only we know. Yeah, we do it outside.
Yeah, still do it outside. Nobody else catch on.
That's just how it is, though. But no, I don't think that's stupid, kid. Y'all do somebody wrong. That's cute. That's fun. Y'all doing work for y'all.
Exactly.
Yo, you gotta see the white people though. On it. God. Like, clowns.
Layla put no. Laugh out loud. We be that ass.
Serious. I'll do that shit.
We was in the store yesterday. I told Tamia to go get me a shopper cart. And I was like, if you don't see me, what you gonna do? She was like, brrr. I'm like, exactly. This older guy, he was there with his wife. They were shopping. They went to the register, paid for their stuff, and the guy was like to his wife. So we looked to me and look, we like, what the fuck? But you can tell.
He's playing. He's a clown.
To me, it looked at me like, and just did it again. I'm like, hey, all right. Like,
Connor didn't do it yet, so he just had mad spit everywhere.
Yes. Oh my God. But no, I just wanted to know if that was weird. But anyways, you ever had an expectation in a friendship?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What type of expectation would you have with your friends? I
expected my man to know, like, yo, you know I get the bitches, bro. I don't want to chill with you, man. I wasn't into that. Mm-hmm. I'm not, yo. I know niggas that wake up at 6 a.m.
and know they gonna chill the road.
Yeah, no job. I've seen this. Wake up at 6 a.m, get their shit together, and stay on the avenue. I could never, or go to their man crib and sit around and smoke and play the game. That wasn't my style. I don't smoke. So when my bro was like, yo, come on, so you don't be coming around no more. Bro, you know I like the ladies, bro. I keep company in the house. I expected him to understand that. And I was wrong. Mm-hmm. I didn't tell him, like, yo, bro, I'm not coming over there every day. He expected that too. But you see
I expect my friends to see that I get up and I work every day, almost 6 days out the week. And not that they should do the same thing, but if that's something that's positive, I just expect them to kind of do the same thing in a sense. Like, you know, also work as well, or also get up in the morning, do some positive shit or some shit. Not speak to me or try to call me every day with a bunch of bullshit when my only response is, oh, word, I just got off of work, or I was at work all day. Like, no.
Hold on. Somebody wrote about somebody said, nah, because I hear my mother and my guy friend we in the store together. Right. My mom would never respond to me with that shit. If I tried to, yo, my man, she wouldn't even look. She would be fucking embarrassed.
Do you hear him trying to do the same thing?
Yeah.
No, but yeah. He's trying to do it. But yeah, like, I don't really have friends that actually call me with the bullshit. But I'm just saying, those are the type of expectations that I have. I expect me and my friends to be on the same type of page. Like, we not gonna be no slouches. Like, we're not gonna just be out here not doing nothing. How do you feel about, this might still be on the same type of topic, but how do you feel about being in like a little group of friends and one person is getting money and the other, like the rest of the friends is not getting money? Do you expect that person puts you on? No. And I hate niggas that do. Right? Instead of you putting your pride aside, yo, boy, I see what you're doing. Can you show me or point me in a direction? I hate niggas that expect. And yo, that's another thing. That's why, like, yo, if I know somebody and they doing their thing and I know I don't fuck with them like that, I don't try to hit him up because I see his shit up. I hate dick riding niggas like that. Or, you know, a nigga who you knew from school and now he blowing up, let's say, with music. And now, yo, boy, remember we went to... I hate niggas like that. Yo, I'm going to support your shit from the same distance we've been at. Yo, yeah, I did go to school, boy. That's be cool. I don't know him like we used to, but yeah, I hate people that do that. That want the second somebody get lit, now it's all this love. I hate that shit. But again, you know what? If I was the type of person that saw that person getting money, yo, what you doing? Point me in a direction. I'm not telling you to put me on. I honestly never seen one of my friends getting money. It made me feel like I wanted to ask them or be on some, like, I see you getting money, this, that, and the third. Like, I did. Think you could. I've never seen none of my friends do that. But it wasn't like that. I did, but it wasn't like that. I saw one of my friends being successful in real estate. Yo, tell me what you like. You know what I'm saying? It's not an ego. When everybody said, like, yo, when they get money, it make it seem like it's illegal. No, there's nothing wrong with asking your friends for advice or how to accumulate the things that you see they're good at. That's what the friendship for. Right. No, if my man good at something, yo, tell me about that. What made you get good at this? How are you excelling? I'm not asking you to put me on, because I know, you know how people are. They don't want to tell you everything. Point me in a direction, though. Shit like that is standard. I don't expect that from my friend. I'm gonna let my man know if his shit looking crazy, put me on. So somebody wrote,
I expect my friends to have growth. We're older. Let's do different things. Let's travel the world instead of clubbing, etc. And I think that's not good.
Yeah, because might not.
To them, clubbing might be an adult thing. That means I know people that sincerely enjoy going out every night.
Or there might be some people that their mothers was just that strict where you're not going out to a club or doing nothing until you can move and live on your own. And so now that they live on their own, it's like, okay, cool. Now I'm in my prime at clubbing. I'm in my prime. I don't want to travel right now. I want to club.
Mm-hmm. That's why I don't think it's cool to expect that. I think you should tell your friends that that's the type of time you on, and I hope they on the same time as you. But for you to expect it, then if it don't happen, like that might affect the relationship. Yeah. Because you're not on the same time. But if you would have came to that person with that, all right, we still cool, but we're a little spacey right now because this is what I'm on, this is what they on. Mm-hmm. But that expectation can have that whole thing. Somebody wrote, "Hey cousin, I miss y'all lives."
Hi cousin.
I just expect my friends to motivate each other. I would hope they do, but I don't expect my friends to motivate me. That's why I pick a friend that got they shit. That's why I don't make just anybody my friend.
I have literally 2 people that I speak to on a day-to-day basis, and
I think that's crazy because she always on the fucking phone.
But that's with the same person.
It don't matter. I'm just saying I think that's crazy because she's always on the phone.
The same person. But yeah, I expect me and my friends to motivate each other. Definitely. I might motivate you in this, and you could motivate me in that.
I don't expect that though. It's a great outcome, but I don't expect. Because to me, it's like sometimes you start relying on your expectations. Like, yo, this is just an example. If you're not a type of person that works out, and your friend works out, and he's trying to push you and help you work out, you now expect him to do that every time for you to be able to work out. Mm-hmm. And I hate those type of people. Because sometimes that friend that you might expect something from, what if he needs that from you? But your expectations are so much relying on that person, you can't even reciprocate. Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's why people are like, yo, I want to work out. Nah, I'm not going to be calling you every day to motivate you to work out. Mm-hmm. And then what's some days when I don't want to go? Who did motivate me? Right. Nah, you too busy expecting motivation? No, I don't like the expecting thing, man. Yeah. So somebody wrote, and let's grow together, travel, experience stuff. I agree, that's a great thing. I just have to make sure you're on the same time. That's the thing. And someone no, I don't expect my friends to put me on. I'll ask them as far as if your job, hiring, stuff like that. I agree. Mm-hmm, exactly. To me, it's like, if you got a friend that don't have their shit together, and they see you up, and they just, yo, put me on, I don't need another friend. To me, it's not, and you know when people be like, oh, you're supposed to take care of your man, your day ones. What happened to we take care of each other? Right. I hate when people say that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because this shit up here, and my day one out of hell, we're supposed to take care. No, we're supposed to take care of each other. It's a balance. Right. I can point you in a direction.
But can you imagine that if that was really the case? I'm gonna make sure I'm fucked up all the time because I'm your friend and you supposed to. I'm your day one. You supposed to take care of
that me. Expectation.
So I'm gonna make it my business to allow you to take care of me.
But that's a perfect example because they already expect that. Why change?
Right.
No. When it's not expected, people will naturally motivate themselves. Mm-hmm. But I always hated that shit. You gotta take care of your day ones. Nah, we gotta take care of each other.
Right.
And so a relationship is a mutual benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Mutual. Bugging out.
Damn, I was about to say something pertaining to that.
To what? To what?
To expectations from your friends.
Don't expect shit from your friends. Know the type of people you about to be a friend with. And
what about ladies? What about if you are in a relationship and your friends aren't in a relationship, and when they go out, they're meeting and greeting Tom, Dick, and Harry, or whatever the case may be? How would you feel about that friendship?
I think that's always that relationship. A real friend not gonna put you in position. Yo, this is a perfect example, right? And I'm gonna use his name because I don't really do this. It was one night we went out, me, you, a few other people. We went to that spot where 6ix9ine Baby Moms was at, right?
Oh yeah.
There was a time I went on the other side of the club, right? Day was there, like, yo, she want to talk to you, boy, but we going home with them later on tonight, and I ain't even trying to do that. So I think you should go back on the other side of the club to Tia. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? If a real friend know what time you on, they not gonna put you in no fuck place like that. He could have easily been on some, yo, this is what she want to do. You could leave
I'm
Tia
him the
and
fuck
link
out
with
anyway because he didn't have to tell me that she wanted.
That's
wanted
stupid.
to talk
Shut
to
up.
me.
That's stupid. Shut up. The point I'm trying to make it is that that's a real friend. Mom, real shit. I know you about to get married. Don't even come over here.
Nah, but he's always like that.
But I'm trying to say, I don't expect that from Day. He's just a good dude to do that. In the same way, I don't expect to go out with Day and expect him not to talk to women because I'm in a relationship.
But that's what he does. Right.
No, I know my friend. I also know what I'm not with. So when he on that side, I could fall back. And I got here by myself. I could drive home myself. But that's what I'm saying. If you know your friends, you shouldn't have to do too much expecting. Because I don't expect Day to not, yo, son, don't do this tonight. No, he just know the time I'm on.
Well, I don't expect him to be like, yo, I bar out here tonight, so nobody's trying to fuck around.
Right. Right. Oh, because bar here, I can't get no pussy tonight. No, that's stupid. But that's because Day know the type of time I'm on. If I'm gonna talk to him about what's going on, that's how it's gonna be. Somebody wrote, "That's a fact." That's how I feel about you, Tia. That's how somebody feel about you.
Well, which part though? Which part?
I would assume the friendship part. I don't know.
Oh, like hanging out and shit like that.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because it's not like, yo, just because you in a relationship, don't mean the people you are with are supposed to behave in a respectable manner.
Right.
You just gotta know when you gotta
need to know
go.
how to control yourself.
Right.
You definitely need to know how to control yourself.
That's
period.
it.
And I feel like that with dudes too. Like, I'm not gonna be upset every single time I hear he's going out with Day Day. Day Day is a ladies' man, so it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to link Day Day, and I got an attitude. You going to link Day Day? No, you can't. I'm not doing that. If you can go out and every time you go out is a problem because you don't went out with Day Day and you blame it on Day Day. Oh no, because Day Day. We don't need to be together.
The only thing I blame on Day Day is what I drink.
Right.
I'm not blaming, why you started talking to this bitch? Because Day Day was talking to the friend. And,
that'd be crazy.
That's
craziness. That is pure craziness. Or I don't like, I'm speaking to us, the women. If the guys go out and they're out with particular people, again, we're going to use Day Day as a reference.
Can we stop using my bro as a reference?
That's my bro too.
All right, so let's change this. Just use somebody.
And I already did, but so I'm going to continue the statement. I already said his name.
I said, can we stop? I heard you say that just now. Yeah. That's what I'm asking you.
And they're out and everything like that. Who you roll your eyes at?
You, because that shit, I hate when you do. Shut up, bro. I said, can you stop using that now?
You're making me lose my face.
All right, okay, we'll get it together.
It's back. But if my spouse is going out to enjoy themselves and they're with the same type of guys that you already know, do what they want to do, however, whether they're in a relationship or not. And now when you come home, I'm gonna accuse you of doing the same thing.
That's so childish. But
there's a lot of women that
I can understand why people do that. Like, let's be real. If I'm hanging with a bunch of hoes, people are going to naturally think I'm a hoe.
Right.
If I'm hanging with a bunch of niggas that fuck everybody, they're going to naturally think I do that. I can understand that.
Yeah, but I just feel like as women, right, know the person you with and monitor the behavior. If the first time he go out, it's cool, all things regular, everything is cool.
But when niggas go MIA for 8 hours straight,
that's different. Now it's not right. Why the fuck every time you go out with this person, but when you go out with that person, it's not.
I can contact you with that.
So just monitor it. Don't automatically assume, because you went out with X, Y, and Z, that's what you was doing too. Like, what?
I mean, I think that's crazy. Your friends can't pressure you to do something you don't want to do.
That's a fact.
And that's why I would never come with the excuse, well, my man made me do that. Nigga, please.
That is a fact.
If I hear that from her, you really think you're trying to be with my confidence. Like, you really disrespecting me right now. You're a grown fucking woman. I'm a grown man.
Oh, I was I wasn't doing that because he in a relationship. Okay, so because he in a relationship, he ain't doing shit. So you was out with him and you in a relationship and you ain't doing shit. He probably didn't do nothing. But your ass is probably, you gotta just know the person you're with. Like, you gotta definitely. There's no way in hell I could be in a relationship with you and somebody else is manipulating or dictating the relationship. So every time you come in the house, you got an excuse because you was with this person.
I think
every time you go somewhere or you on the phone or whatever, however it goes, because that person, like that's crazy. You are like in a relationship with like two people.
I understand that. I just never really have to do it.
You gotta know who you're dealing with.
That's the thing.
That's absolutely.
That's what it comes down to.
Correct.
So if you know what you're dealing with, make it clear what you want, so there's no expectations. Just be on the same page. And when y'all not on the same page, speak on it. And you know the biggest thing I learned?
What?
Just because you speak on it, don't mean it's going to be all right.
Or don't mean it's going to go that way.
Or that it's going to get fixed, and you got to be able to deal with that. Just because I got an issue and I tell you, don't mean that person has to change because of what I feel is the issue, and vice versa. That's the hard part of the relationship.
Well, I get asked this all the time. Like, how did you and Bob get to where you guys are? And the first thing that I said to the person is,
you ever wanted to kill that person?
The first thing I said to that person was that you can't go off of what I'm about to say to you because your relationship may be completely different. But me and Bob got to where we are now from honesty, lying, hurt, fixing, trust, just everything that you can think of that you feel will make or break a relationship. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't just like people just feel like everything. Communication, number one, yes. But again, people just feel like you have to, at the end of the day, you have to know a person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. How would you know a person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with? I have to see what you're like. I have to see what you don't like.
Yeah,
I have to argue and fight with you to understand. Not that I'm going to start or make you want to argue or fight with me. But if I do some shit that ticked you off now, you want to argue, okay, that means that ticked you off, or vice versa.
And it's not we not perfect. Like, we still got our problems all the time. There's days where we not good.
Or argue about some dumb shit.
Yeah. I think now,
we do.
Night. Yeah, I think, but I tell you, every time she drinks, we always end up arguing a little bit towards the end of the night. This is true, but she don't agree. But I'm telling her.
I disagree.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying? I think now we have more of those little arguments, more than big. And it just be
because there was a point in time where we used to be hollering
just top our lungs.
Every time we argued.
That rarely happens. Even now, when we about to have those, I know when to just.
Me too.
I'm not trying to take it there.
Yeah, me too.
Because now we'll have a little argument like, yo, why would you do that? That's stupid. Yeah. Oh, I don't think it's stupid. Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. Yeah, whatever. And then yo, you want a sandwich? Right. But little shit like that. Yeah.
So why you always gotta offer me food after we argue?
First of all, you offered me food. I don't do that after we argue.
Oh yeah.
So
I did.
I'm just saying those little type of arguments happen way more.
You have to study the person. Yes, to an extent, absolutely.
It's not that you gotta.
How do you know you want to spend the rest of your life with a person though?
You don't.
How the fuck do you know that?
You don't. And this is one thing I want people to. I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend the rest of my life with Tia. I want that. I would hope that is. But for me to tell you how I'm going to feel 10 years from now, no.
You'll be lying.
But I'm willing to work on trying forever with you. And I think that's what marriage is.
Yeah.
Because for me to just,
it's a complete leap of faith.
So not even that. It's more of a commitment to try with somebody forever. Through good and bad. And that's hard. Because what if you not the person I want you to be? That's
right.
Nah.
But that's definitely true.
I think that is though.
Are we still?
But definitely, no, definitely.
But yeah, I feel like
tricky. Nobody gonna laughing. Oh, about the tears. Cut it out. Okay.
No, but I definitely agree with that. Like with marriage, you don't necessarily know if you want to spend the rest of your life with a person.
You're lying. How the fuck can I tell you how I'm gonna feel, Bob? How I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna feel tomorrow?
Right.
No, but I'm telling you, I'm in a commitment
I can understand why that statement is said though, because me personally, I know and I feel that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. That doesn't mean that I know how you're gonna be in 10 years. You know what I mean? But I know as of right now, where I'm at, I'm spending the rest of my life with you.
Oh, but you see, and that's my thing right now.
Yeah.
Where you're
so
at.
in 2
I don't
years,
know if you're gonna be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna be there. This love thing. People don't never want to accept love for what it is. It's a gift and a curse. Everybody expect love to feel good. That's not love. Love hurts.
Absolutely not.
You can't appreciate the good times if you've never had the bad. So when I think of love, I know it's an up and down roller coaster. I don't want to base the rest of my life on a feeling.
If you tell me that love is pure glitz and glam,
you're lying.
I don't want it. There's no possible way it could be like that, because not to say it like that, but if I've never hurt you, that one time that I actually do is gonna like devour you. It's gonna like basically chew you up into little pieces. You know what I said? Like if I've never hurt you, I've never argued or fought with you or never anything like that. Just never did any of those things to you. And then now a situation occurred where I actually did that. You're not even gonna want to. This is not gonna be it for you. Like you're not gonna want to do this no more.
Yeah, that's
type shit. You know what I mean?
That's not.
So that's why I feel like the little builds up in the when we're first just fucking to going into dating, going into commitment and everything that we are in now, like it starts from the little hurt. So okay, when we was just fucking with each other, you did this and that hurt my feelings. Okay, when we started to get into a commitment, I did this to you and that hurt my feelings. But it has to be some type of hurt for us to learn and know what to do and what not to do anymore.
Yeah, big.
How the fuck are we gonna know what not to do no more if I never hurt you? So how am I gonna know just based off of what you telling me? Because you could just be telling me some shit that you already experienced. That hurt my feelings. I don't like that. But that's through experience.
And to me, it's like, yo, if you're willing to marry somebody, that means you're willing to deal with them, or you put it in your mind and your heart to deal with them at their worst all the time. But that's technically what could happen. So to me, it's not like, yo, we happy and we're gonna stay this way together. No, I'm making a conscious decision to try this with you for the rest of my life.
Right.
That means we're gonna have to constantly work together forever. And that's not
that
easy.
Means there's going to be a lot of disagreements and a lot of agreements. That means there's going to be a lot of hurt and a lot of like fixings and solvings and things of that sort.
That's why that shit ain't no joke. Nobody rushing into that shit.
Totally agree with Bar.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think trials and tribulations make or break you. Yeah, that's so true. That's true. It's very tricky. People change, and some people only can take so much.
That's why I said.
That's
why I said, like, yo, you can't tell somebody I want to spend the rest of. No, I want to try to work with you for the rest of my life.
I wish me and Bob would have an argument. He'd be like, yo, you changed. Like, the fuck? Duh, I did. The fuck you mean I changed, nigga? Duh. Like, was I not supposed to change? Like, hello.
Like, why do you gotta talk like that? Over something I didn't say. You see how hard she just went? She does that.
No, but I'm thinking about that because people say that. People really be like, oh, you changed. Like,
yes, motherfucker. That's what you're supposed to do. If I meet you and I ain't seen you in 2 years, you still on the same shit, exact shit from 2 years ago,
and I tell you didn't change, you have a problem.
Something's wrong. You're supposed to grow.
The only time somebody should telling you something is the same is if they say you look exactly the same. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, but the thing with that is, that's what the marriage thing is. Taking that chance. Because both of y'all gonna change. You gotta grow together though. Or you gotta hope that the person that you with is growing to the person that you can still reciprocate to.
It'd be completely different though if you telling me that I changed for the negative. Like, if I change, if you tell me, oh, you changed, I need you to elaborate how I changed. How did I change? Is it affecting you? Is it hurting you? Is it bothering you? Is it making you not want to be with me? The way that I am changing, the way that I've changed, can it help you in the long run? Is it beneficial for both of us? Like, what type of change are we talking about here?
I'm going to read some of these comments. So one comment is, that's why a lot of people are afraid of love. So many people put up walls and block blessings because of their painful aspect. And that's true. But it's always a gamble. It's a chance. Even now, this is just an example. Even with Tia, I'm still taking a chance. This shit ain't concrete.
Right.
It's nothing set in stone. We're going to be together. No, bro. I'm just willing to work and try. And someone wrote, that's because some people don't change for the better. That's true. There's times in your life as I made changes that didn't benefit me the best they could.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's, if you're in a relationship and you know, or you feel at that point in time that you want to spend the rest of your life with that person, you, before just jumping the gun and saying, oh, you changed, you need to thoroughly elaborate how that person changed. Exactly like I just said prior to. Oh, you changed, but how? The way I'm changing now, is it beneficial for us? Did we come from point A to E at this point of me changing? However you felt that I changed, where were we prior to? Whatever you was comfortable with when you first felt like that's who you wanted me to be, what was it? Was it beneficial for us? Because sometimes when you come into a situation or come into a relationship at this point in time, as an example with us, we was living at my mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
So now we move into our own place and I'm bitching on you. I'm bitching about bills or some other shit. And you're like, oh, you changed. That's crazy to me because, prior to our situation, that was not a situation we would wanted to stay in. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you need to thoroughly explain how a person changed.
Yeah.
The way, why am I changing? How am I changing? What am I doing different that you don't like?
And sometimes just because you don't like that, that's not what's best for that person.
Right.
That's why, it's many things like that Tia has grown into that I personally don't like, but that's what's working for her. So I'm gonna try to work a way to maneuver around that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's what she into now. That's her thing now. Yeah. But you can't expect everybody to change the manner in which you like.
And again, when you have that conversation about how a person changed, do not expect them to take what you said and
then change.
Yeah. Now I'm changing again for you. No.
But that's why I say, when you I think that's one of the hardest part about the relationship. Having those discussions.
Yeah.
And you gotta understand, I could voice my entire life. That don't mean she gotta change hers to fit into the things I just voiced.
Yeah.
No, bro. You gotta learn that. And it's not easy though. That shit not easy. Because something that might be important to me, not be important vice versa. And it's like, why do I should put forth this effort and it's not important?
Right.
I understand. It's tricky though.
Facts, sis.
Oh, God.
If a marriage make you change for the worse, that ain't it. Right. Definitely not it. But that's what I mean. And it's so crazy to say, but you could feel that the marriage made me change for the worse. And I may feel like it made me change for the better. Like, that's why communication is so much of a big deal. That's why communication is definitely a big deal, because like you just said too, like,
yo, shout out to T Black. How you doing?
Hey, how you been? We back.
So see back what you were saying?
Like what you said, like certain things that I may have changed to better myself may not be beneficial to you, but we need to maybe find a way of compromise with a situation like that.
Facts. So this is a comment we got on YouTube. You better change. If you stay the same, shit gonna be whack. That's when niggas cheat. That's not cool, but that is true.
Yeah.
That's not cool, but that is true.
But change how for that. So I better change so that you won't cheat on me.
Yeah,
but
so listen to me.
What?
But not even that. But that's also a weakness on the man.
Yeah.
So just because she not doing everything you like right now, you gotta go cheat. Right. What if she did that? Right. Oh, I don't feel you as cool as you used to be. So now I'm gonna go fuck with the next nigga. That's not cool. I said again, that does happen, but it's not cool. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, if you want to excel in life, you have to grow.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like, if me and you on the same path, you know my goals, I know your goals. Come on, bro. I expect you to change. Mm-hmm. If you get a new job, you're going to change. Right. You go to school, you're going to change. If you do something new experience in life, you're going to change.
Your eating habits will cause you to change.
Exactly. That's like expecting me. I go to Harvard, and T expect me to just do the same stupid shit I used to do in Sumner forever. Yeah. No, bro, I'm going to change. That's going to happen. A change is always good. Yes, a change is always good for that person. Yeah. The problem is when your spouse feels that you didn't change or don't appreciate. That's your problem. And that's not the person who grew from.
To me, that's a big deal right there. Appreciating the change. Understanding why your spouse made that change. You get what I'm saying? Like, when I started to see your growth, it was just like, why is he doing that? Like, why? Not that I asked you, why are you doing that? But the things that you started to do differently. Or what made you just want to do that? And the same thing with me. Oh, well, I did that, or I said that because of X, Y, and Z. Bubble, right.
And I know, like, I'm going to change. I know, especially now, the stage me and Tia in, we're both growing. But I'm going to still make sure I'm trying to grow with you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it to ever feel like I'm growing in this place and you're growing here and we're not compatible. Mm-hmm. Nah, if we in a relationship, I'm going to try to include you in my growth. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. And that's what the relationship thing is. Somebody wrote, you really don't know a person until at least a year, but sometimes it could take a lifetime. True.
That's true.
I feel like that too. And when I say no, like really no, because with the first 3 months of me and Tia relationship, bliss, boy, right?
Beautiful.
But now that I'm older, I understand. After that 3-month mark, you slowly start seeing little shit you don't like. Certain shit just be like, and vice versa. But trust me, it take about a year. So somebody wrote, if a marriage makes you change for the worse, then that ain't it.
Yeah,
I read. Oh, you read that. My fault. But yeah. But to me, it's like, yo, if a marriage made you change for the worse, you got to look at yourself. I think a lot of times what people do, son, is how many times you talk to somebody, yo, how was your ex? Oh, they did this, they violated it. Never. It was only one time where I heard somebody say, how was the relationship with, yo, I fucked up. I did some wrong things and I kind of fucked up our relationship. That's when you know who you dealing with. If you dating somebody and everything is blamed on their ex, they did nothing wrong, leave that person alone.
Right.
Because even now, I told you, like I told you before, yo, there was times I went wrong. This is where I went wrong with that. You know what I mean? Because it's true. You can't do that, bro.
And I used to ask him like certain shit where he used to just look at me like, well, why would you even want to know that? What does that have to do with me and you? I tell him all the time, I'm trying to learn you. I need to know what you were dealing with before me for me to be able to know who you were then and what you are trying to become now.
You know what's crazy? I learned from that too. I was the type of dude, I don't want to know nothing about whoever you used to fuck with. That was me, right? I don't give a fuck about none of them niggas. I'm only about me. Now, I don't want to know all about your ex. I want to know how you speak on
how
them.
you handle.
I want to know how you reference your past to see how to move with you. So that's something I did learn from you. But we got another comment. A change can sometimes show your partner's weakness, but as a partner, y'all work on each other. That is true. But a lot of times people will just change out of fear instead of just for growth. You know what I mean? Like when I say like, oh, they're just doing something now.
That changing out of fear shit is real crazy because like there's a lot of people that will actually change. Changing out of fear, meaning you know that's your spouse is trying to leave you. You know that your spouse no longer wants to be with you.
So now you're
becoming the person that they've been asking you to be all this time. So okay, so cool. So you did have it in you, but right now you're being an actor or an actress. It's not. You're not changing.
I forgot. I didn't even.
You're doing that, and you're doing what you're doing right now. So all this time you had it in you to be this person, and you wait till I tell you I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. To be that guy.
That's a good one. So that's a good one. So there's a question. What's a deal breaker in a marriage or a relationship? What is something you can forgive and what will make you leave? All right, we
spoke about that. Everybody is different.
Everybody has some different. But that's why I said you're entitled as a person to break up with somebody for any reason you want.
There are no rules in a relationship.
In terms of why we can break up.
There are no rules in a friendship. And there are no rules with your family.
In terms of why we can end the relationship?
I can cut my family member off for whatever reason I felt that I needed to do that. I can break this relationship off for whatever reason I felt like I wanted to do. And I could cut the friendship off for whatever reason I wanted. There are no rules.
A big deal breaker.
What's a deal breaker for you?
It's somebody that lacks motivation. And let me get this clear because I hate people. Just because you had a job doesn't mean
you're
motivated. I know a bunch of motherfuckers that wake up, do the same job, and don't do shit. Like, I need somebody that wants to grow and better.
Or show progression. How many of you guys out there have a job and can say what you have to show for it? Yeah. Like, okay, I work. I'm like, you've been working for like 10 years, so what you got?
So somebody wrote, it's usually a test. It's like, I don't change, then what? In terms of change? Yeah, I mean, it depends.
It's usually a test. It's like, if I don't change, then what? No, I don't think that. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, or maybe I'm understanding it wrong, but I don't think that change should be a test. Like, if I don't change, then what? Why are we doing the then what game in a relationship? You plan on staying with me or not? Is this a commitment or not? Because we shouldn't be doing the then what game.
So somebody wrote change out of fear.
Okay.
It's a pride thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I get you on that.
I could definitely understand that.
I can definitely understand that. And somebody wrote it. I know it depends on the person, but what are some examples?
I know some people on a person.
Yeah, but listen.
But then I also know.
I know some people that don't consider infidelity a deal breaker, and as you get older, I can agree with that. Some people do. I know for me, if you have a baby by someone else and you're in a relationship with me,
That's
that is a deal breaker for me. Sorry. If I physically see you cheating, that's a deal breaker for me.
A deal breaker for me is that too, but a deal breaker
like
for
to
me
actually
is,
see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different.
Hearing imagine you came in and you saw me having sex with somebody else.
Yeah,
that's
definitely a deal breaker.
I know.
Yeah. Another deal breaker is, for instance, you know how like in the beginning of a relationship you have the women and guys, you may feel the same way. You have the lagging ex, the ex that feel like, oh, they never going nowhere. They don't care. They here to stay type shit, right? And now, you know, time went by. And you see that your spouse was not lying. They don't want the person. They're not the person. You don't even hear about that person. And then to come across a situation where you actually see, like, I want to make up something. Let you see a whole text conversation that your spouse is having with the person that said they would never go nowhere, but the conversation is intense. The conversation is about them two. The conversation is about them meeting up. The conversation is about them doing a thing and things like that. Something like that is a deal. I'm trying to thoroughly describe it, but something like that is a deal breaker for me. Like him
basically still dealing with him
cheating, right?
All the time, pass it off.
And vice versa. It's not just with the guy. Like if the guy know that you have a lagging ex-boyfriend or whatever, however it goes, and you're talking to, you eventually find your way back to that same ex. Like shit like that is a deal breaker to me. The baby thing, having a baby on me is a deal breaker. Stuff like that. And I know it'd be hard to get over, but shit like that is definitely a deal breaker for me. Guys and the viewers, what are y'all deal breakers? What are some things that you may feel is a deal breaker for you?
If my girl let's drive the boat on some next nigga shit, that's a deal breaker for me. If I ever go and I go on somebody live or they Instagram and I see a nigga pouring liquor in your mouth, you might as well suck his dick in front of me. That's a deal breaker for me. If you ever imagine if you go on your live, you see some bad bitch. Hey boy, oh thank you, boo. Get the fuck out of here. That's a deal breaker for me. You want an example? That's an up-to-date example. That's a current event. If you drive the boat, you might as well suck a man dick.
Oh, so it's looking like Fab.
Stop it.
Should have been okay. But
no, listen. Fab is that nigga. He will always be in that same category in terms of bars as whole to me and my family. But that was some duck shit he did. Never will you ever catch me under some bitch drink. Ever. I don't give a fuck. She the bad bitch on the planet.
Well, there you have it, guys. Deal breakers 101. But now, what happened, baby?
Is he wilding in there, man? Hold on, let me read a few of these comments before. It's a pride thing. How do you handle it when you're popular person and others just don't respect the relationship and post craziness on social media? You got to be able to eat that. To me, it's like, yo, this is just an example, right? A lot of dudes want that bad bitch, but don't want to deal with bad bitch shit. If you got a bad bitch, niggas going to be on her body. She's going to have offers that are enticing that you may not be able to provide. You got to be secure with yourself. So in that situation, you just got to eat that. If you know where you stand, fuck what everybody else saying. It's not easy, but that's why I say, like, you got to be confident with yourself. Because if you, and the same thing with a dude. Like, if a chick think, I want that nigga because he lit. You're not the only female that feel like that. Other chicks is going to try to get that too. You got to be secure with yourself. So somebody wrote, entertaining another person, giving energy is a deal breaker. That's why I said it all depends on a person. There's no set deal breaker. It's what you feel like you can allow versus what you can't. Right. It changes, but that's the thing. People, not person. So how do you confront her about it? Oh, so do you comfort her about it? I wouldn't comfort.
What exactly?
I think basically I'm a popular person. People's like, still trying to get at me on social media, doing slick slide shit. You should shut that shit down. And let her feel secure. Now there's certain shit she just gonna have to suck it up. You cannot be mad at me because a bitch is commenting heart eyes under my picture. Am I doing that under her pictures? No. Am I responding under her pictures? No. This is what fucking social network is, to talk to each other. You just gotta make sure you shutting the shit down that might make her feel away. Like if I post something like, yo, damn, I've been trying to talk to you for a minute. You publicly shut that shit down.
Right.
Publicly. You don't leave shit up there like
because
that.
it'll just be a fucked up situation where you're not even entertaining the person, and then
keep going.
at the same token, the person they're gonna keep coming. Mm-hmm. That's one thing about us as women. Cool, you're popular. Cool, you're this, you're that, and we trying to get at you. There's a lot of men that's in a relationship that women feel like they want to go after, particularly because they are in a relationship. And it's like, if he not shutting me down, that means he don't want to shut me down. So let me keep going. Let me keep it up. Let me keep trying to holler, or let me keep trying to hit him up. Eventually, he's gonna reply because his bitch is gonna fuck up, or he's gonna get upset. So here we go.
You know what I learned too? A lot of chicks just do that just to one up my bitch. So I wouldn't even fuck with him. Not because, no, it's not because I know what you already trying to do. You don't really want me. You just want to be able to say
just trying to have something to say.
Exactly. Because I got your nigga or this. Nah, I'm not one of those you want to do that to. So that's dumb.
Oh, fuck around and that's a fact. Mm-hmm. It's that's a lot of bitches out here like
a lot of niggas too. That's why I be telling chicks, yo, be careful who you cheat on your man with, son. Because some of them niggas don't even be on that same level as boy.
Niggas will just probably feel like, I fucking here you go. This what I'm gonna show this nigga. Yup. Now I'm up. Now I'm on top.
And it'd be like, come on, you gave your man that L for what?
Right. Because you wanted to be an asshole type shit. Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
That's it. Somebody wrote, how do you guys keep a strong relationship with both of y'all being popular and up and coming bloggers? Because Tia know me, and I always had a lot of attention. I just never really cared about that. And Tia know I'm not the type. I'm not a friendly dude. If it's one thing, you gonna never catch me in every bitch face, keep and ha. That's not me.
Yeah.
Tia mad pretty. She lit. She know what's up too. Cool. I know that. But I know my dick big.
My response to that is that, for one,
my dick big. I know what I'm doing.
That for one, and it's difficult actually experiencing, other people outside of the relationship that you're currently in, and seeing like, okay, so like he just said, his dick is big, why waste your time type shit. And not even just that, also knowing how I feel about him, knowing that another female is going to feel the same exact way. Me being like, we're both, that was a good one because we're both very popular, but it's not hard to simmer it down.
It's not. And to me, it's like, yo,
you know what I mean?
I always
as of now, I wouldn't have never expected us to simmer it down because of, how we both were. But like looking back in retrospect, it was not hard for us to be on some, not that we're not popular anymore, but just know how to tame it and keep it in a respectful manner where that this is my man and you're going to respect him. And the other way around as well. Like Bar never experienced somebody disrespecting him. And I've never experienced a female disrespecting me, no matter how popular we are. So.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. You just got to know what you want. That's why I say, like, sometimes.
And you just have to know.
Like, even now, like, this is an example. I wouldn't want to marry an Instagram model. Mm-hmm. I don't want that type of energy in a relationship. But I feel like you got to show your sexiness all the time.
And I also just feel like you have to know what type of people is trying to entertain you. Like, here it is, this person been following you all these years. As soon as you get in a relationship, they hit you up.
Yo, T, what I told you, I told you this a while ago.
Or as soon as
I said, yo, the second I posted an engagement, emails, and you seen some, right? The second I do that, that's why I feel like, yo, these chicks don't want to fuck you, bro. They just want to get your girl upset and be able to say they did that. You got to stop, bro. That's enough. That's enough. So for Tia, God forbid, what would you do in a freak accident and a dick don't work anymore? That's one of my biggest fears. That's real. I asked and you know what's crazy? Stop it, because I'm going to keep it real with you. I remember my mother used to tell me, yo, that dick not going to work forever. And I said, she right. That's why I got my whole shit together where if I can't please her like that, my money going to make up for it. Me being a good parent and a father's going to make up for it. I'm going to still find ways to please her because I don't just rely only on my dick.
My answer for that is...
But trust me, I'm that freak accident shit is going to be rough.
My answer for that is...
Stop it, bro.
Yes, I love Bar's dick. Like, love it. But that does not make our relationship. We have so much joy in so many other things and different aspects of our relationship that I will be okay with him using a toy on me.
And you want to know something?
Substitute for that.
I didn't actually think this would ever occur. Sex isn't a major component of our relationship.
At all.
You couldn't have told me that shit 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But now, because it's so much life shit that don't matter past sex, bro.
And it's different things you experience. It's different things you end up experiencing in the relationship. But
it is important. It is very, 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 very important. But it's not like the key aspect of my relationship.
So in a situation like that, I will be okay with him pleasing me with a toy or his mouth or his hand or, whatever other way would make him feel comfortable. And me doing the same with him, like finding a different type of way to please him or make him feel comfortable or doing something like that because of the love I have for him. The love I have for him is not going to make me feel like, oh, okay, the dick don't work no more. So,
and like, on some real shit though, and this is me talking from a different standpoint, it became a time in my life where I felt like, chicks only dealt with me because they heard I got some good sex. And that will make you feel good as a person. Like, you want to feel like you just more than just a sexual act, bro. So that's why I don't really lean on the sex thing too much. And if it's one thing I learned, a lot of niggas feel like because they have sex with a woman, they can control her. And that's the worst type of control for me. Because she can get that from anywhere. So I don't just put all of my energy into sex. I'm going to put energy into things that only I could give her. She could get sex from whoever she wants, bro. So why am I only gonna put my energy into just great sex? Nah, it's other aspects of it. Mm-hmm. So don't just focus on that.
A lot of people will be surprised with how much other things that's intriguing in a relationship. Like it's not only sex. Yeah. We have a question for you. I'll wait till you come back. But would you want your partner to wait for you if you had to sit up for a long period of time, meaning incarceration?
Oh, yo, you know what's crazy?
Yes.
We was actually talking to her too. I was telling Tia that I said, yo, if I get locked up right now, I would hope that you ride with me because of how good I've been treating you. I'm not telling you to get into trouble, but I would not expect that because I know it's hard, son.
I feel like with that situation, it's different. If God had to do a bid, I'm definitely gonna do his whole bid. It's difficult to say, but I've told multiple I was in a relationship with that I would never. I'm not doing it. I would never do a bid for you. And the reason why I said those things is because truthfully and honestly, they never gave me a reason to feel otherwise. I told him that before. I've mentioned to Bob before, like, I'm not gonna lie, if you get locked up, I'm not doing a bid. I don't do jailbirds. I don't do jail this. I don't do jail that. In time, he drastically changed my mind about that. I would definitely 110% do a bid with him.
He's all one type of person. If I was to get in some criminal shit every other week,
that's different.
I can't expect Tia to want to ride him, bro. You just all the time.
But that's why I said it all depends on the situation. If I got my shit together for a long time, I made a mistake, and I'm in a little bind, I don't expect her to, but I would really hope she would. Yeah, that's why I definitely just said it all depends on the situation.
But women have needs. Yes.
And again, that's why I feel like they have toys. They have, it's a bunch of other different things to substitute for you.
Because I know it can be difficult, son.
I get that.
And I don't want to be in there and I hear some shit. Like, I don't want to hear that when I'm already fucking up here in the box.
I'm actually vouching for the women that
ride it out.
Actually did. And I'm also vouching for the women that experienced you being incarcerated and you still doing some fuck shit while you're incarcerated. Like, don't expect me to do a bid for you and you got your ex-bitch coming up there. Or don't expect me to do a bid for you and you got letters, you writing letters back and forth. Now, again, this bitch got a one up on me because the last she heard we was together, but you locked up. She done sent you off a letter. You done sent her back. You responded. I don't give a fuck what you responded back. All I know is I seen the envelope. You could have been saying, bitch, suck my dick, don't ever write me again. But the fact that you gave it energy and she's never going to tell me what you wrote in that letter, but she has an envelope stating that it came from you, don't expect me to do certain shit. And that's the thing with niggas that be getting locked up.
No, that's the one thing. That's one reason why I would never get locked up. I don't like not being in a position of power. A bitch could play you. She
and make it seem like you done did. Yeah, like,
I don't like that.
I feel like all of that has it's a major part. Yes, I'm gonna do a bit for you if you did some shit to protect me, the family, and my kids and things of that sort, or you felt like you needed to do something to take care of us or whatever. I'm gonna do that bit for you, but don't think that when you get up there, you're gonna be having a one up on me, or you thinking I'm not gonna find out that a different bitch went on a visit or a different bitch done wrote you shit. Like, I feel like it's different situations with that. Like, you have to, hello. Somebody put hello with the exclamation point and exclamation point, exclamation point. This is actually two people that have to deal with a nigga doing a bid, but that's a fact. And again, I've never experienced it, but I can just only imagine. I've never experienced being in a relationship with somebody in jail, or them going to jail, or anything. I've never
I did when I was like 18, and I just wasn't the type of man at that time that could wait on a woman.
Yeah.
I tried to still be there for her, but come on, son.
Like I said, I feel like it all depends on the person and the situation.
I didn't love her.
A lot of dudes
come see her and put my hell.
But it's not just that. Some women get turned on by a nigga doing jail time. Like, oh shit, I heard he's such a he locked up. I'm going to see him now. And then now you want to visit or this, that, and third, and you actually went out to the visit. You don't know who else is on the visits. You don't know who else is out there that know me, that went back and told me. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, at this point, you are incarcerated. It don't matter what you said on the visit. It don't matter what you said in the letter. It don't matter because you don't have no say-so at this point.
What happened to one of your friends?
No, I'm just like I said.
That's what it sounds like y'all had an experience together.
No, this is really just general.
Truth be talking.
Yeah, like it's in general, son. I'm telling you because, like I said, and I know a lot of men that have that power outside and feel like they're gonna have that same power with you inside.
And
like,
that's why I don't want to go to jail.
I'd be damned if you had that type of control and power over me, and I respected it. I respected you having that power because you was here. But then you calling me on some fuck here doing what you need to do. You call me on some what? Stop fucking. Where you at right now? Go in the house and trying to shut my shit down through the phone. Goodbye, and I'm not putting no more money on the phone. The fuck?
That's why I don't want to get locked up.
This is what I'm saying. You can't, and that's my thing. You need like niggas that be out here doing their dirt and doing their fuck shit. You need to humble yourself when you do get locked up. Cause cool, you gonna have a bitch doing your bit at this point in time. But then that bitch gonna get tired of you talking disrespect, talking crazy. You gonna get another bitch. You gonna get another. You're never gonna have stability and loyalty.
Comment. I just feel like it's sins you expect her to wait. I completely agree with that. If the situation was vice versa, how would you handle it, Bob? I think the only reason I can handle it now, because I could be honest with you, if Tia was to get locked up when like we first started talking or prior before the kids, I don't know if I can not stick my dick in something else. And to me, it's like, yo, I'm taking care of you. I got your shit. You ready you need. I bring the kids to you, but I might have sex with somebody once a month. That's foul. Now I can eat that, but I got my kids. I could beat my meat every night. It's mine. I can do what I want. And I got accustomed, like me and Tia our sex life isn't every single day we need to do it all the time. So I'm accustomed to having times where I don't need sex. Now, that's my child's mother. I'm going to ride with her. I'm going to take the kids up to see her, By all means, yes. But now the reason I feel like I could do a bid if that was happening is because of the children. I can't see yes. To do the bid, yes. And when I say do the bid is, I could not have somebody have sex. When I do a bid, I gotta come see you. I gotta put money on your books. I gotta bring the kids. That's the bid. People don't realize that. Like to really, just because we together and you don't go see him, you don't put money on his books, you don't make sure he's good. You're not doing a bid with him.
But I know, what's so crazy? Because I know women out there that feel like, all right, cool, like I'm not fucking with this nigga no more because he violated while he was locked up. But yet they keep that fucking phone on. Yeah, But yet they'll keep sending a package, and I feel like that's just to let them know and show them, like, yeah, you did, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, but a kids is the main reason why I would do the bid with you, because you're my children's mother. Like to me, that puts you on a pedestal that a lot of people will never able to be on. The fuck, it ain't. And I hate when people are like, oh, you should just do it off the love. I'd be lying. Love is a part of the reason, but the reason why I would never not do a bid with you because of the kids. I would never let you go do that.
Men wouldn't do half of what women do while
that is a fact. That is a fact, and I don't think that statement should be thrown around because women choose to. It's a big thing. I want y'all to understand. Nobody forcing y'all to do that bid with him. Nobody forcing y'all to go on the thing.
But also just doing the bid out of fear. If I don't do it, he gonna get the next bitch to do it.
I don't know about that. But to me, it's like,
So
yeah,
it's
that is
like-
true. It is true. So that should show y'all you shouldn't just do bids for everybody. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So would you ask your wife to transport you? Would you ask your wife to transport for you if you was in prison? Nah, I would never ask my lady to get me. What he basically saying is, if I was up top, would I have my lady bring some shit up there for me? No, my queen, my child's mother would never be involved in that. Even now, if I was to ever get into some street shit, I do not bring that anywhere near Shatia. No, I that's just how I was taught. If that's your wife, I'm not. If I'm scamming, right? I'm not gonna be having you punching in numbers and doing shit like that. You're not supposed to see that part. Your wife only supposed to see the money flow. Hell no, you're supposed to do that with some little hood rat.
Mhm.
You don't do that shit with the person that's taking care of your kids.
Right.
Then if she get caught because of your dumb shit, who got the kids?
Right.
Hell no, my wife would never do that. Never. I would never. I'm the type of man, I don't involve my wife in any illegal shit. I would never put her on. I don't give a fuck if I can make a lot of money and I put her on to it.
Right.
Fuck out of here. No, that's my personal opinion. No. Nigga said respect, bro. Son, I bow my head and super grown, bro. I love you. That's real shit though. Cause to me, it's like, yo, if she's supposed to keep the structure there, how you taking that away?
Mhm.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'm gonna read some comments. A lot of women, they get used and abused and still go. Yeah, they are crazy.
Mhm.
A lot of women just feel like, cause that's all they know.
That's what they should be doing.
That's
They're
all they
obligated
know.
to do it.
A lot of them be that. If he really loved her, he wouldn't open his mouth to ask her that. And that is a fact. That's why I hate when chicks be like, yeah, cause I gotta do this for my man. If he really loved you, he wouldn't be putting you in those positions, love.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he doing some illegal shit and he got locked up and you kind of got into it too, because like a conspiracy charge, I understand that.
Right.
They'll try to do that. But if he got you out here running packs back and forth, that nigga don't love you, bro.
Right.
But if that's y'all relationship and that's how y'all both get money, cool.
Because I do know, I actually know somebody like that. Like they get the money together, point blank, period. Like that's it, and that's all. Right.
I can't do that.
Right, but that's my thing. If you came into a situation and that's what you're doing, fine. Me and him didn't into a relationship like that.
I can't.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
so
just not
can
my
you
style.
imagine you coming like, listen, we got to sit at the table, we got to talk, we got to get this money. You do this, do that. I'm gonna look at him like he got 7 heads.
It's not. Nah. It's just to me, it's like, yo, if I'm getting
that's
my
exactly
money,
how I would feel. How would you expect me to? So if like,
because I never had no problem.
But that would be my question: who will be taking care of our kids the way we would take care of our kids?
That's my point. To me, it's that's why I would never bring nothing
kids
in my
really
house. You know what I
change
mean?
entire train of thought.
Son,
Kids
just
could
the thought of
definitely-
the thought of her. Nah, somebody wrote niggas being in jail and expect the world. That's a fact.
That's true. Yes,
A question: how would you feel if your wife wanted to alter her body? I would hate it. Me personally, I would hate it because I know.
Before we get on that, let's continue with the jail.
Oh, yeah. Let me hold that one.
So
hold that question about the body thing. If a guy asks his girl to bring something for him, he don't love her. That is true.
I agree.
Very true. I know a girl who does take her man's stuff, and she said it's a business, and she don't mind bringing the stuff. Okay, cool. That's her business. But so she should be ready to. This is what. Let me
deal
say
with
this.
consequences.
You got a lot of those. Oh, I'm gonna be a trap queen. We Bonnie and Clyde. We riding
And
until the wheels fall off.
Right.
So if she doing that, cool. So when shit go wrong,
and when the
she
wheels
know
fall
who
off,
take
she
care of her
rolling that
kids.
way with the fucking wheel.
Right. She better know who taking care of her kids. She got money, so when she go away, that shit happen.
But that be the
That's
thing
my
too.
thing.
Like people
They
be out
don't
here
do
really
that.
doing shit and never put bail money to the side.
Never.
They never put money to the side to give to somebody else to take care of their
Never.
kids and just expect a motherfucker to take care of their kids.
And yo, ladies, this is just an advice. If your nigga keep getting locked up, he's not a good criminal. Seriously, I can't stand. Well, you know how? Oh, my son get this money. If somebody keep getting arrested for the same shit, if I keep getting caught for scamming, I'm clearly not good at scamming.
Right. Find some other shit.
Get your shit together. Like that shit just smokes me. If my so-called man ever fix his mouth to ask me that, it'll be the last time he ever hear from me, and that's real. Because a real man,
you have to know your worth, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I say that shit, I think, on every live or every other live. You have to know your worth. You have to know your worth. And it's nothing wrong with a female feeling like they want to be that person for their guy.
And can I say this?
But just make sure you got your head held high, being that person for that guy, running money up, this, that, up, doing whatever it is that you're doing for that guy, and making sure that you're willing to ride to the wheels fall off.
And just know your worth isn't as high as you may think it is. Sometimes you have to reality check yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot be mentally here and expecting everything to be up here.
Right.
Knowing your worth is that's out of my league.
Right.
That's no good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Or I need to be better. Being real with yourself. Mm-hmm. But somebody wrote a question, how would you feel if your wife wanted to alter her body? Me personally, I wouldn't like it. Because I know the places in which it come from is vanity. Like if I told T I want to enlarge my dick, why? Who you want to show that off to? If she say, yo, I want to get my ass done, I'm going to first mentally think, well, you want to get your ass done to show it off because you want attention from other people.
Right.
We're not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, it's just for me. No, you want the attention that come with it, and that's cool. In a relationship, I don't want that. If you single and that's what you want to do, cool. But that's like me trying to imagine if I came home and I started wearing leggings every day because my dick mad long. What am I doing that for? So, and the reason I don't agree with that too is because I know a lot of women that'll do that just to become a bartender or have a bunch of niggas looking at your ass and do it. To me, that's why I wouldn't want her.
I never contemplated being or getting my body done at all.
But I can understand if you would have.
But I can understand specifically because he makes me feel sexy.
I can understand.
He makes me feel like when I'm like, if we get dressed and we're getting ready to go and walk out the house, he makes me feel like I matter and I'm beautiful to him. So not only do I feel like that, but it has to always start from within. So I already feel like that about myself, and then, the same way about you.
But that's why I say it's a vanity thing, and it depends on the type of man. Like me personally, I wouldn't want that. But there was another question: would you support your woman if she wanted to be a dancer or a bottle girl? No, I would not. If I came into meeting Shatia and that's what she wanted to do, yeah. But as the mother of my child now, I don't want you walking around with your ass out with my friends.
And if that's something that you was doing in the beginning, and now me and you are together, we're trying to build and grow, and now we actually have a kid, I would expect you to help me transition into something else.
So like I would say, if she was doing that prior to, I wouldn't just be like, yo, stop doing that. No, like, yo, this makes me feel away. Let me help you find a different route to make your money. I'm not going to come with just objections and no solutions.
Right.
But no, I wouldn't, because I know for a fact Tia wouldn't want me shaking my penis in her friend's face. Because technically that's what could happen. My bro can go there and see you shaking your ass. I don't like that.
There's no way in how I'm going to be a bartender stripper and I got to go travel 5 hours away just so I don't see people,
Yeah, it's convenient. But no, I'm not with that, and I wouldn't expect my lady to be with that, and especially not the mother of my child. To me, once you become the mother of my child, a lot of shit changes.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna be on some fucking Instagram live shaking your ass.
Right. I agree with that.
Nah. And as the father of your child, you're not gonna see me with shirtless pics and thirst traps showing my V-line.
Or
Get
posting,
the fuck out of here.
Posting the bathing suit things, I'm cool with that. But shaking your ass while you posting bathing suit pictures and
shit. Or you see me with the dick print pics, get the fuck out of here.
Well, he got on some
my boxer briefs
and shit.
No, because this
showing the shit and shit.
But yeah, yo, that was a good live. Yo, T Black, you gotta make sure you come back next week. We might be doing it sometime in the middle of the week, like you said. So she be fronting.
We will try.
But thank you. So you're gonna do the things about the topics and figure that out.
Yeah, you guys gotta send me topics. I got that topic.
And big shout out to T Black for those questions, his intuitive responses. Those is dope.
Always,
that keep the live going.
He definitely
I really
always
appreciate that. Because you definitely bring out different aspects of the conversation. So you have a safe night. Everybody be cool.
Everybody have a good night. We'll see you again next Sunday.
This was we was on for an hour, 45 minutes.